So, yes, Rauf, so please tell me about yourself.
Yeah, hi. I'm Rav Qureshi, having 9 years of experience in software development.
Uh-huh.
Basically, I'm having in Java 9 years of experience. Then in Microservices and Spring Boot, I'm having 2 years of experience. I
Mm-hmm.
have worked on Stream API, functional interface, generic, and collection framework, Equator, and the API gateway, microservices.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things I have worked on.
Okay. So, Java technology, which version right now using?
1.8.
1.8. Okay. So, you have told me I have used to microservices, right?
Yes, right.
And you know solid principle.
Yeah, I know solid principle.
Can you explain about that one by one?
Yeah, solid principle is basically the single responsibility. Suppose in one class, like we have some calculation logic and some printing logic. So if any modification have happened using the calculation or printing logic, so this class is dependent on the two function. So solid principle said any class should be dependent on the single responsibility. So make this function make this two function into two different classes. So calculation will be in the one class and the printing function will be in second class. So now this classes depend on the calculation function. If any changes happen, so this calculation class will have their changes, and that printing function is in other class. So if any changes happen in this printing function, so this will be modified by so these changes happen with the other function other class. So this class both class are dependent on the single responsibility.
Okay.
Okay. And open close. So once any function has been verified that one class has been verified, yes, uh, it is properly fine and working. So we cannot modify that, but we can extend that.
You talking about
Open close responsibility.
okay, and
So close
other
for the modification, yeah.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
apart from that, yeah, Lisco responsibility. So if we are extending any function from A to B, so that child class functionality should not reduce its functionality. Suppose we have created one interface which have engine and accelerator. So if we have created one class motorbike, so that motorbike have the engine, yes, and accelerate by the 10. So these two class we have implemented, so it's fine because child class is extending properly these two function. But if we will extend that interface into the bicycle, so bicycle does not have engine, so it child class has reduced its functionality, so
Okay.
that's not right.
Okay. Oh, a little bit. Just to give answer in one by one in short manner.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Please.
So
Next.
uh,
Next.
interface interface segment is basically, suppose we have the interface, and in interface like we have the food order and wash burton. So if like waiter will be there, so waiter work will be the only the take the order and serve the food, not the wash burton. So it will it will like implement unnecessary interface. So what we will
Okay.
do, we will just divide that interface into two different interfaces. One will have the take order, and second interface will have the wash button. So these two interface will have when so waiter will implement the take order, uh, better will implement the interface in which the method we have the take order,
Mm-hmm.
and the yeah, so other employee which will wash burton will implement that interface.
Mm-hmm.
So and a dependency inversion. Basically, uh, we should depend on the should not depend on the concrete class. We should depend on the interface instead of that.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose we have like wireless keyboard and a wired keyboard,
Mm-hmm.
right? So suppose we have one interface like keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
So when we implement in any class, and we can have the that class can have the wired keyboard and wireless keyboard anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we just create the reference of keyboard
Mm-hmm.
and initialize using the wired keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
That initialization means uh, that wired keyboard, that keyboard can handle both wireless keyboard and wired keyboard.
Okay.
So it is depend on the interface, not the concrete class. So if you like, we will create the hard code value like wireless keyboard equal to new wireless keyboard.
Mm.
So that will be the means tightly coupled. Means
Okay.
we
Okay.
cannot assign in wireless keyboard wired keyboard.
Okay. Just need to be moved in next question. So you know design pattern. How
Yes,
many
yes, I
design
know that.
pattern you know?
Singleton, builder pattern, and the factory pattern.
So builder pattern. What is builder pattern? How do you create a
Uh,
builder pattern?
Builder pattern is basically when we require some parameter is a like mandatory, and
Mm-hmm.
some parameter is optional. In that case, we will use the builder pattern. So basically,
Acha.
we will create one class. Suppose a computer class we have created. In computer class, suppose we have taken the four variable, and
Mm-hmm.
two variable is mandatory and two variable is optional.
Mm-hmm.
So in this class, we will create the setter method of this all,
Mm-hmm.
and we will create one static class inside the computer builder,
Mm-hmm.
and we will create one constructor there. In this constructor, like we will as two parameters is mandatory, so that two parameter we will make the constructor as a two parameter mandatory, and two parameters setter method we will create, which will return the computer builder.
Mm-hmm.
So it has one build method, uh, so which will return where we will pass this.
Mm-hmm.
So we will create the computer object there, and in computer constructor we will just initialize this four parameter. So
No,
this is how the builder
just
will
to
initialize.
Rauf, just to give the answer in simple way, just like suppose builder design pattern is a collection of class and subclass. Subclass will treat as a builder because of we have
Yes, yes,
needed create
yes,
a
right.
static inner class, inner class, inner class
Yeah,
inside the main class. So that treated as a building builder of
yeah.
class. Okay.
Yes, right.
So this way you give the answer because of this will going to more lengthy because of we have only 30 minutes time to explore it the all concept about the Java.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so accordingly I can take it the decision to move forward your updated status to the HR. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So no builder and prototype. Suppose I want to create a prototype design pattern. So how do you make it the prototype design pattern?
No, I have not worked with the prototype design method.
Singleton design pattern you have worked.
Yes, yes, I have worked the
So
singleton design.
how many ways having to create uh, singleton design pattern?
Yeah, singleton design pattern is basically create one class like singleton we have create, and take one variable static as a singleton of
Hmm.
that class reference,
Hmm.
and take a get instance method we will create as a static to
Hmm.
initialize the singleton.
Hmm.
There we check if the reference of the singleton is null, then create the object and return outside of
Any
the
any any other option? Any other thing you forgetting here for creating the singleton? Can you correct it?
yeah, we can use the synchronized block also if we are using the multi-threading.
Any more?
No.
And private constructor is required or not?
Yes, yes, definitely. Constructor should be the private, so other class will not able to create the object. Yes.
So that's why I'm telling you.
Yeah, definitely.
Singleton from any way by using the enums, by using the final class. Hmm.
Yeah.
Also can make it singleton.
I know only one way.
Okay, okay, no problem. So, because of final, if you are making the final, that class cannot be extended.
Cannot be extended. Yeah.
Hmm. You can define variable and variable method as a static. That would be as a singleton.
Yeah. Okay.
Your normal class, you can make it as a class and you define constructor as a private and you all variable and method you define as a static. That would be also as a singleton.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
many
Right.
ways having. Another question related to inheritance and encapsulation and polymorphism.
Okay.
So what is difference between polymorphism and encapsulation and abstraction?
Abstraction is basically the like showing the essential detail without showing its background
Hmm.
detail.
Hmm.
Like suppose we have created one function, so that what logic we have written that function, the user which is using that does not need to know that we just inform them just how to create the object and use that function.
Hmm.
So we just provide that implementation of we will create one abstract class and where we have implemented that and how we are using their functions. So we will just convey this thing to the other developer, so he can use that. And
No, I think this is not a correct answer. Encapsulation and abstraction, this is a Java OOF concept. So OOF means OOF. So why Java is having object oriented programming. So this is a
yeah, right.
part of object oriented, not related to human interaction. You
Yeah, yeah. So,
pass
so
to an
actually we have to show the essential feature without showing its background details. So once we have create one abstract class, so in abstract class like what are the function we have write.
hmm.
So what logic we have written inside the function, the user does not need to know. How we can access that function, that he should know only.
So why you cannot tell in the simple manner if we have a class, not a abstract class, I am not talking about the abstract class. Oops, oops is a different thing. Means object oriented means which class you can create a object that would be as a oops. Hmm? Right?
Yeah, right.
So if you are creating object and you through the object you are calling the particular method, so that method cannot be display the implementation logic, they can show only the outcome result.
Yeah, right.
Means object dot method name, it is a part of abstraction.
Yeah, right.
If you create a object or using new keyword, that would be encapsulation. Means you are encapsulating the data and variable into the single unit. Unit is a object.
Yeah, right.
If you object created, so that data and method automatically place into the memory allocation. That is encapsulation. Simple thing about that.
Yeah, yeah, right.
So no have interaction between abstract class and interface. This is the methodology.
Mhm. Yeah,
Interface is a different thing. Abstract class is a different thing.
yeah, right.
Means we have a common features we want to implement in all classes, then we need to be write a abstract class.
Yeah, right.
because of common thing I needed to implementing in 1000 class.
Mm, yeah,
For
right.
example, you are creating a entity class you know JPA,
Yeah,
ID.
yeah. Yes,
So
yes, yes.
no need to create every time ID, generator value and
Yeah, yeah.
strategy, right?
Mhm.
So this thing no need to be write in all places. You just write a abstract class. Inside you create as a this ID and if necessary any other method so you can declare here and just need to be extend in entity class. You make it entity class and extend to this generic class means ID automatically created into the database. No need to
Yeah, right.
write every time. So
Yes,
this is
yes.
the different thing.
Yeah.
Hmm. Same thing interface because of interface is create the problem of diamond problem means multiple inheritance is not supported by Java. So
Yes.
interfaces come in this picture because of
Yeah, yeah.
if we want to multiple implementation in the same class, so here come used to interface, so here come the interface picture come here,
Yeah, yeah, right. Ambiguity can be happened, so remove that ambiguity interface comes into the picture.
right?
Yes, right.
So you know functional interface
Yes, functional interfaces basically can have an interface which have only the one method. It's called the functional interface. If we use
and you know Stream API.
yes, yes, I know Stream API.
So
Like
what
a
is
map.
intermediate function in Stream API?
No, I don't know.
Oh, you writing the stream API, but you don't know the interface, intermediate function. Intermediate functions work is convert to transforming the stream object into in another stream object. That is the intermediate function. Intermediate function means if you are using map, flat map, filter, all these
Yeah,
are the
map and
intermediate function because of they are transforming one stream object to another stream object.
yeah, yeah, okay.
And terminal function just you give to the result,
Okay.
actual result. You know optional classes.
No, I don't.
So what is use cases of uh, you know what is use cases of Spring Boot?
Use cases means
How to use Spring Boot?
yeah, Spring Boot is a standalone application which which is having server and which is used for the web development.
Hmm. Web development. But
Yes,
web
right.
development you can use to Spring MVC. Also can be used. So what is difference?
Like means Spring Boot basically one standalone application which have the configuration of which make the developer work easy.
Okay.
So which have already configured things. Just we need to integrate the dependency and enable the configuration.
Hmm.
So it will make just we have to if required we have to just customize that.
So what is gateway API, circuit breakers? You have knowledge about that?
Yes, API gateway, right?
So API get so suppose you have five modules. Okay.
Yeah, five projects. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to integrate with the single endpoint. So what
Yes.
necessary step you will take to make it as a gateway API? Can you elaborate about that?
Actually, I don't remember exactly steps, but
Mm-hmm.
API gateway is basically what it will do. Like, suppose we have five projects,
Mm-hmm.
then five projects should be accessed using the single endpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So we will use the API gateway for that.
Okay. You know about database AngularJS, you know?
No, I know only microservice and Spring Boot.
Spring Boot. Okay.
Yeah.
Cloud server, which cloud servers you are using?
Eureka server I have used.
Cloud, cloud server.
Yeah,
You know AWS, Azure.
yeah, AWS.
So no Lambda function.
Yeah, Lambda function I know. Yeah.
Yeah, can you tell me?
So lambda function is basically suppose we have to just add two number. So what we will do, we will just make simply just a curly, just a small bracket
Mm-hmm.
arrow,
Mm-hmm.
and in that curly braces we just define a and b,
Mm-hmm.
and arrow a plus b. If we'll do like the function, we should not have the name,
Mm-hmm.
but it will perform the operation. Like we will just declare a and b, so it will automatically take its type when we perform its operation. So when we give the arrow, and we will just perform a plus b, so we it will just add two number. So that is called the lambda function.
Okay. What is difference between union all in database?
Union
In database.
in database.
Hmm.
No, I don't.
So you are writing query or you are using JPA?
I'm using JPA.
So JPA supports how to manage one-to-many mapping. I know one-to-many mapping.
No, I don't. I just I know like how to write the query.
Okay. Okay, dear. I have completed. I think time have.